Hi everyone, how's it going? I'm Dave McLennan and welcome to my channel, Dave Found Fulfillment. I'm going to give you a relatively quick background story just to tell you all what I'm about, what inspired me to create this channel, plus my intentions for the value that I will provide here. Just to let you know first and foremost also, this is not going to be your typical success story of making it in life or having all the riches, nor is it going to be a sob story looking for attention or validation. Frankly, we see way too much of that shit these days. More so, this is about self-acceptance and owning the way that my life has panned out through the choices that I've made. And that's basically when we choose to embrace the crazy shit that goes on in our heads and in our lives, amazing things can happen. For over 2.5 decades, I had constantly carried beliefs about myself that I was unusual and messed up. An unusual and messed up young boy who also believed that if he chose to be his authentic self and step into his power, he would be rejected by everyone in every walk of life. He'd be ridiculed, he would lose love, or he would just not be worthy of love at all. That was, for me personally, the crippling original trauma which sparked off deep levels of anxiety, terror, and feelings of isolation as young as 8 years old. Years and years of my self-sabotaging habits and cycles of limiting beliefs created myself toxic friend circles, enmeshment with family, feeling like a failure in school, in workplaces, romantically, and life as a whole. A few coping mechanisms for this were often excessive alcohol drinking, blaming society and others for my hurts, and using anger or hostility as a defense barrier. Now, despite these issues and inner struggles I had with myself, I still knew deep down that I had a heart of gold, that I had a lot of light and prosperity inside me, and that most importantly, I had lots to give to this world. My pain was often communicating with me. It was trying to tell me basically that there was way more to life than living off societal norms and the expectations of others. Over the years, childhood, teenage years, and in my 20s, I was often trying to turn my life around. I had switched directions so often in friend groups, in jobs, in hobbies, developing new passions. I just wanted to feel like I belonged somewhere. I wanted to feel important, wanted to feel inspiring. This energy frequency led me down an entrepreneurial path in 2020 during lockdown. I had built the belief systems that being mega successful and making shitloads of money would fill all the voids that were in my soul. I had a short spell with an affiliate marketing business in which I didn't get the results that I was initially looking for. In this field, what I really struggled with was the ability to align my vision with my heart. It just wasn't sitting right with me. So in 2021, I linked up with a fabulous life and business coach to do personal development so I could gain understanding of my vision, my values, and to be able to implement them effectively. Basically, all the things that I felt I was missing on the entrepreneurial path. I was doing this to take charge of my life as a whole. I went all in on high level and intense self-discovery programs and courses. I was so fucking game on tackling my challenges and my struggles in life. It was all working out, and my life had started to change rapidly. I was unlocking all the answers to my personal problems, the underlying problems that were holding me back from bearing my light further into the world. And my self-awareness was booming. I was saying and doing so many of the things that I didn't say or do before. I had felt on top of the world for the first time in my life. I had believed that I was now on course to fully create the life and the business of my dreams. Then, out of nowhere, my life had totally crashed. Everything around me had started to look so gloomy. I felt extremely hollow and I was on edge nearly all the time. I quickly fell into a morbid depression. I had developed anxiety levels that were so fucking high, I could literally drop dead on the spot in any given moment. Every single fear, trauma, shameful and guilty thoughts I had about myself had just exploded to the surface in that short space of time. During this transition period, I had no idea what to do because I hadn't faced anything like it before. Therefore, I chose to keep fighting my way out of it. I kept doing more and more inner work and I kept focusing on growth and development. That was in the hope that my progress would drown out all of the anxiousness and deep despair I had been feeling. I had started to become the opposite of what I was before. I went from being a people pleaser to a people steamroller, from having very little boundaries, being very low maintenance, to having high expectations and trying to be an unfuckable with force, basically. Although I had heavily woken up to my reality, I was carrying around rather toxic traits. So even as my career, relationships, opportunities, my self-awareness and lifestyle had massively leveled up, I still couldn't find consistent inner peace or contentment with myself. I couldn't understand why this was. By this stage, I had invested thousands after thousands of dollars on myself and my development. I had met incredible people on my journey. I changed the whole landscape of my life in a very short space of time. I had so much to be excited about. So, here posed the question. Now, what the fuck was wrong with me? As I questioned and queried this day after day, what the fuck was wrong with me? My curiosity was not ignored. I came across another coach who was posting deep levels of value in self-awareness communities I followed on Facebook. She specialised in very vibrant fields such as mind science, holistic health, and manifestation. She had posted about the inner struggles and traumas she embodied and overcame in her life. And the beauty of it was I could relate so much to what she had mentioned in the posts because I had been going through so much similar in my life in full flow. And I was now looking to really embody and really overcome those struggles, challenges, and traumas too. So I said yes to yet another dynamic venture and I linked up with her in mid 2023. This coaching led me down a path of spirituality. Now, this isn't the type of spirituality that looked trendy or dismissive, more so the type where we address our deepest hurts, challenges, traumas, and where we learn to heal them through acceptance, forgiveness, gratitude, and love. As incredible a journey as personal development was for me, I had put too much emphasis on outdoing prior versions of myself whilst constantly trying to prove myself to the world. It got so exhausting and I was still creating further and further problems within myself. This spiritual path was exactly what I needed and came into my life at the perfect time, saved me a lot from myself. I've now been part of a fabulous community for the past 2 years, along with a fellow group of soul searchers and light workers. A huge lesson I received in this field, and something that really sits with me and has transformed my life almost instantly, it transformed my state of being, is that we are all whole and complete as we are. Yes, me, you, the person next door, Sarah down the road, Mike the other side of the world. I will repeat that. We are all whole and complete as we are. With that belief on its own, we can literally attract or manifest our dream lives rather than always trying to bulldoze our way through goals and onto the next thing and the thing after. We literally have limitless power that we can tap into right now. We are all a representation of God, the universe, love, consciousness, or whatever it is we deem as the highest, most powerful version of ourselves. The only thing that is standing in our way of our higher self and embracing all of the magic is our ego. Our ego, or our little self and its lack beliefs, the scarcity, the self sabotaging, the shame, the guilt. When this part of us calls the shots, this is stopping us from feeling pure love, inner peace, joy, and grace right now in this moment. For me personally, tackling my ego whilst embodying this work into my life and loving every step of the journey, including the highs and the lows, this has helped me find fulfillment with no conditions attached to it. I'm not calling myself perfect by any means at all, nor am I a fully healed individual. Healing is a forever ongoing process. I have fucked up more times in my life than I can count, and still find myself feeling like I'm in positions of lack and scarcity. But that's the thing. We can always navigate our way back to love and light anytime. We can't control being human or having an ego, but we can control how we perceive it and look at it. Whoever watches these videos on this channel, I would like to mention this also, that this is not about me being a guru or a know-it-all. I am a fucking massive work in progress. So if I can feel fulfilled, anyone can. It's discovering and embracing what our own version of fulfillment is and how it looks. Our own journey is totally our own journey. So, my mission with the content and the value I provide here is to help you become unstuck in life, break free from societal expectations and traditional values, be the true authentic leader you want to be, whilst learning to love the fuck out of everything in every area of your life. All the flaws, all the insecurities, loving your passions, loving your periods of stillness, periods of action, your down days, your happy days. Let's just love the fuck out of everything. Because if all of our cups were full of pure love, there would be permanent world peace. Why? Because we wouldn't believe we are lacking anything. Therefore, we would have nothing to fear. When we start with pure love for ourselves, we are already changing the world drastically. The content provided will be broken down into branches from the following 4 trees. Number 1, understanding and tackling the ego. Number 2, mental discipline and beating the mind. Number 3, unconditional and pure love. Number 4, giving back and being of service to others. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for a breathtaking journey.